Teachers had always secretly wished their static, boring lesson could talk, move, and tell a story like a dynamic YouTube trainer video. But they neither had the training nor the software needed to convert their static documents and presentations into professional-looking videos. But now, Google just dropped a game changer, and it's called Google Vids. It's most probably already available through your institution's Google Workplace account. Imagine this. AI helps you script, design, narrate, and animate your lessons, your presentations, or student projects all in one place. It's like Google Slides and Google Docs had a baby, and that baby became a movie director. But here's the kicker. Most teachers and students don't even know if this thing even exists yet. So in the next few minutes, I'll show you how to turn your lesson plans into dynamic explainer videos. How students can use this application to create digital storytelling projects with no video editing experience needed. And how all this integrates seamlessly into your Google Classroom. And towards the end of this video, I'll reveal one hidden feature that makes it a total game changer for differentiated instruction. Don't miss that one. So, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you will log into your Google Workplace account. We're not talking about your personal account, Google Workplace account. So I'm already logged into my Google Workplace account. And the first thing I will do, I will click on this 9-dot waffle. I'll click on that. And it will open up a scroll down menu. So I'll go through all these links until I get to this one, which is called Vids, Google Vids. This is probably, in your case, it may be new if you haven't used this before. So I'm going to click on that. And this will open up this first pop-up, allowing me to choose any one of these 6 ways of creating videos. I can, plan your video story way of creating a video. This means that you can generate an outline and use the stock media, the stock images, the stock video from Google, and add your voiceover to that. So we're going to skip that one. And this is also wherein you can generate a video clip just from text. So this is AI generated videos. You don't want to do that either. This is capturing your self screen. This is just like a screencast. So if you have used Screencastify in the past, there's something that is just like that one. And then this one is that if you have videos already created and you have saved it in your Google Drive or on your computer, you can upload those videos just like you do. You upload these videos on YouTube. You can do that and use those videos. And then we have 2 more ways of doing this. One is that we start with a template and then import slides. You can also create videos from your existing Google Slides presentations. Many of you probably already have many of the lessons that are in your Google Drives in the form of slide presentations. So probably this will be a beginning. But if you are not camera shy, or if you're comfortable start creating a video lesson from the beginning with yourself in the picture, this is what I'll show you today. It's called Start with a Template. This importing slide is a video of its own, and I'll show you that probably in another video. So right now, let's start with a template. So I'm going to click on that. When I click on that, this opens up these dozens and dozens of video templates that I can create my lessons on. For example, if let me see, if I could click on, let's do the first one about our school. So if I click on that, this opens up into template detail. At the bottom, you have this strip of slides. This is just like a slide presentation wherein you have on this bottom timeline, you have all these slides. So for example, if I am looking at this one, this has about maybe 20 or so slides. Each one of these slides, unlike the slides in a slide presentations, which are static, and you can add animations and transitions, things like that, but they are not like videos. And if you're looking at that, I'm just on the first slide here, and they call these slides here in terms of the video creations called scenes instead of slides. So let's call them scenes. So I'm clicking on the first scene here, and you have this welcome scene with all these text jumping up, transition showing, and different animations coming up. And let me go to the second scene here. When I click on the second scene, this brings us to the second scene here. Again, some text, there's a colorful background. Let me go to the third one. If I go to the third scene, this opens up into another kind of a video here with all the transitions, animations. So I have the option to insert all of these scenes and then modify them and edit them the way I want it for my own video lesson. Or I can just pick and choose, some of these scenes. So I'm going to just leave this for now, and I'm going to go to another template here. So if I go to another template, let's go to the one that says syllabus review. Let me open this one. This is probably the most handy and most usable and useful in your daily lessons. So if I click on that one, I can go to the first scene. That, like I said, these are called scenes at the bottom, not slides. So if I go to the first scene, this is what it shows. It shows that this is all about on a syllabus here. Let me go to the second scene here. The second scene shows actually the image of the person right there. So I'm gonna click on that one, and on this scene, if I move from this scene to another scene, if I move my cursor or this pointer to another scene, it will start playing that scene. So I'm going to leave this on this scene. And if you look at that, on this scene, we have the teacher in a video overlay. And then you have the teacher's name here, the welcome message at the top. So let me click on the first scene, and let's start editing this scene. So, and when I added the scene, let's call this, but before I do that, I would have to insert all these scenes or insert the selected scene to my own workplace or canvas or whatever you want to call it. So let's do insert all scenes for now. For the sake of simplicity, insert all scenes. So what you're looking at the bottom, these are all the scenes. These have been now transported into an editable workplace. I'll just keep quiet for a moment and just play. What I want you to listen to is the music that is already there. This is coming up in like a full-fledged video. So it's different from a presentation, a slideshow. So in between each of these scenes, you see these are transitions here. So let's focus on the first one now. Let's click on the first one and start editing this. So let's call this syllabus. Let's call this English syllabus. I just want to make slight change here. And now since this is too big for this box here, so I'm going to change the size of the font here. So I'm going to, instead of 140, let's bring it down to 80 so that it all comes on one line here. Course overview, let's call it our course overview, just to make it. And instead of all that, let's change these also at the bottom and call this language arts. Alrighty. So this is now, we have changed the first scene. We can even change the color of this little scroll, something like that. We can even change the color of this. If you like, you go at the top, fill color, give it, let's say a green color here. So it is turned into a green color here. We'll go to the second one, and now we are on to the second scene here at the bottom. Now you can delete any of these scenes. You have almost 20 of these scenes, but the total 20 scenes, when played together as a video, they're just 1 minute and 41 seconds, something like that. That's the maximum length of this video once it is completed. It may seem like a little daunting and intimidating at the bottom, but actually it's not. This is just like changing a slide here. So I'm going to go to the second slide. Remember that these are the templates which have already been made for you with all the transitions and everything. All you're doing is just changing the text at the top or removing some of the scenes you don't need for your own video. So your final video could be just a minute or even under a minute, 30 seconds, whatever you feel like, whatever is necessary for your case. So let's change the text here quickly. I'm going to call this, call it Professor Saleem, and welcome to your English class. We change the text here. Again, the text is a little too big, so select all of this, change the size to, let's say, 60 here. The font size 60. You can even slightly move this if you like. Just when you see this little plus sign here, you can move this to the right. You can even move this one to the let's say move this so that they are not overlapping each other. So I'm just gonna move the name over here. Here we go, just the text. So I'm gonna move the text slightly over here. There we go. Now this is where the interesting change happening. If you click on this image here, this image is actually a video. So now we have the option to change this video with our own. So you can click on, let's say, select a video. When you select a video, you can upload your own video. If you already have it somewhere on your drive, you can do that. Or you already, it is giving you the option to generate a video. You can even generate a video from AI. So let's click on generate a video, and on the right side here, you can just type in your text, and that will, let's say, call it a teacher introducing himself or herself, whatever you call it. So generate that, just very simple, something like that. It will take some time because the AI is working its engines, its gears to the full throttle of Google's computing power. It does take some time to generate a video, but you will see that once it's done, that you will have a video that you can insert if you don't want to put your own picture there. So we are already at 68%, so we can wait for a couple of seconds more until this thing shows up. 100%. Okay, good. Here we go. So now we have this teacher video that has been created. So let's insert that here, and all we need to do is now just drag this video onto this circle here, and the video has been replaced with the video that we generated. So this was one way of inserting a video, replacing the stock video with one that you just generated with AI, with just entering a text. And the text we entered, was very simple. A teacher introduced himself, and it just created that. Another way of inserting a video, replacing a video, is to record your own video. So if I click on record a video, this will open up a camera. If you're doing it for the first time, probably it will ask you to give permission to access your camera and your mic. Just fine. You can give that permission, allow, and this will bring you to the camera preview. So click on this big red record button. But before we do that, let me show you another feature here. If you look at something right next to this big red button, it's called Show Script. It's like a script icon here. Click on that one, the paper icon. And here you have what we call a teleprompter. If you're not comfortable speaking to the camera without a script, and you need help with the text, this allows you to write your own script. So let's say if I want to write my own script, because we're now editing this, so it's going to ask you, can I close this recording studio? That's fine. Close the recording studio. Click on that one, and now you can add your script. So we are at the scene number 2, second scene. So click on the second scene and add your script. So in this one, I'm going to add my script here. Welcome to Dr. Saleem's Language Arts class. First, we'll look at the syllabus for this course. So we're going to leave it like that here. Now I have created this script for my video. I can generate the voiceover. I have 2 options here. So instead of me recording it live on camera, I can just let the AI read this text out loud to the camera. Or I can record myself, and being the self-confident that you are, I'm pretty sure you like to record yourself. So let's click on that one, and you want to record just a camera, screen or camera, just a screen voiceover. So let's do just the camera for now. And if you look at this one, now you have this script also overlaid as a teleprompter. Just relax. This script will not show in your final recording, so people wouldn't know that you are actually recording it while reading. So if I just hit record here at this point, I can just read along, by just scrolling it, just like I'm scrolling a page here. I can let it roll automatically, or I can just keep it manual. So I can just manual because it's not a long text anyway. I can further change it. I can even change the size of the text here, make it smaller or bigger, whichever I like. So I'll leave it like that here. And now I'm going to hit record. And remember that you also have the option to just record the voice. You don't have to record the video. So let's click on camera. It will give you the counter to 3 seconds. And now I can start recording. Welcome to Dr. Saleem's Language Arts class. First, today we'll look at the syllabus for this course. So that's it. I have up to about 10 minutes. That's the permissible duration that I can record this video. But I'll just leave it like that. So hit stop. Now, once I hit stop here at the bottom, it's now giving me the option to re-record the whole thing, restart. I can also preview what I've just recorded, or I can simply go ahead and hit insert the video that I've just recorded. So I'm going to click on insert. Look at that. My video is right there in this little box right here. So I can adjust it from here. So just like that, you can keep on now changing the rest of the scenes. So we're going to go to the next one. I'm going to just do the same thing over here. And insert it in. This also has a video at the background, so I can record the whole video, and I can simply just drag, this little video that we had before. Now I can click on that, and here we go. Just drag and drop this, and this has replaced the stock video with one which we had just created with AI. So just like that, you can keep on changing the rest of the scenes, and you can change the text on all of these. You can remove or you can delete some of these scenes. For example, let's say if I don't want this scene, so I'm gonna delete. That scene is gone. Now I have the remainder. So just like that. So let's say if I have this whole thing finalized. So if I do the preview it from the beginning, which we had edited. Welcome to Dr. Saleem's Language Arts class. First, we'll look at the syllabus for this course. We'll leave this as, So, here we are. We have all of this for now. And now, at this point, we can just hit share. So, if you hit share, you have the option to copy the link and share it via email, via Google Classroom or whatever. You can also export it to your Google Drive. So I'm going to export it to my Google Drive. So what I have here, but before I hit Google Drive, one thing I forgot, I should have added name. So let's say the topic for this course is Intro to Google Vids so that it becomes easier for you to search for this from your drive. So the export is now complete. So when I go back to my drive, I'll see that this thing is right there. It's taking time. It's still being processed for playback. It may not be available right away, but this will be available soon. And then you can upload it to your Google Classroom and share it with your students there. So for today, I think that's about it. The pedagogical relevance for creating video lessons is in the dynamics of static content. The static content misses that engagement part. When you are communicating with your audience, with your students, with your presence, that adds to the interaction, that adds to the engagement, and that adds to the assimilation of information that is being conveyed. And the same thing is done through videos. In the absence of an in-person presence, because in many situations it may not be possible for a person to be there 100% of the time. So in those situations, your video lessons can fill in for your absence. And finally, here's the hidden feature I promised I'll tell you at the beginning of this video. This feature makes Google Vids even more powerful. So when you type in a topic like causes of the American Revolution or how photosynthesis works, Google Vids, using the power of AI, can auto-generate a full video script that includes scene suggestions, narration, and slide layout, everything. This feature is available in the Generate Video with Text feature I had shown you before. This means that teachers can go from lesson idea to complete video in under 10 minutes. Students who struggle with organizing thoughts get an AI-supported structure to begin with. And you can even change the tone, formal, casual, persuasive to match the assignment type. And before I end, let me suggest some of the use cases for this technology. You can use this technology to create short videos for step-by-step instructions, like explaining a chemistry experiment or a robotics how-to video. You can also use this technology to show the process of brainstorming or writing a first draft in language arts. You can also use this to create a video about test-taking strategies. In short, anywhere you need to insert a brief how-to at the beginning of a lesson, you can use this technology. Once created, it's very important to name the video that you created and label it properly with a category of instruction. So you could use it repeatedly year after year. And that you can do only if it is named properly. Only then you can search it from your archives or from your Google Drive. So once you have that, it's just like once and done. That's all for today from the Desi Teacher Diary. Next, we will explore another topic of highly relevant and usable knowledge. Until then, bye-bye.